Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hey girl, my name is Lucy. I always say to stay subscribed. We have a good time on this channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about red flags in friendship. I have touched on this when I talked about how to make high value friends in my previous video, which I'm going to have linked in the description box below. And I told you guys I'm rolling out green flags and red flags. I'm keeping to my word, okay? Let's do red flags first, then we're gonna do. Why am I throwing? I'm not about to fight. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Okay, let me chill out. If you want to know my steps and my tips on how you can make high value friends in your life, especially as an adult, check that video, is linked in the description box below. Now, I have a long list. I don't even think I can cover everything in one video, so there might be a part 2 or part 3. Now, before we jump right into the red flags, there are things I would like to point out. These red flags, some of them you could spot before you get into a friendship with someone, while you could also use these red flags to check the friends that you have right now in your life. Either way, these are red flags and nobody should condone these things in friendship. Let's start with red flag number 1. They never apologize. If you have a friend that you cannot recall them apologizing or taking accountability for something, yeah, that's a red flag. Nobody's perfect. We don't know it all. We make mistakes, right? Even though we love our friends, sometimes we make mistakes and then not love them the way they want to be loved, or we fall short somewhere. That's what makes us human. And then when we spot those mistakes, the only possible thing you should do and the best thing you should do at that time is take accountability and apologize for those mistakes and right your wrongs, okay? If you know somebody that never apologizes, that is a huge red flag. That is a selfish human being. That's someone who can never take correction. That's someone who is going to emotionally and mentally drain you in that friendship. They always like to spin around the situation when you come to them and tell them things like, oh, you offended me here, you did this, you did that, and they always spin around that. And never, when I say never, I don't mean someone that apologizes once, twice. I mean someone that never apologizes, never takes accountability. Yeah, that's a red flag, okay? That's somebody you don't want to be friends with, because you'll be stuck in your head. They will gaslight you. Whenever you come to them with an issue, they'll always try to make it seem like, oh, you're overthinking things, or they'll spin it in a way where you end up being the one apologizing. Those are games and toxic behaviors that we're not condoning from anyone. I don't care if it's a boyfriend or a friend. Red flag number 2, someone that has low self-esteem, or they just have that low self-talk. I mentioned this briefly in the previous video that I made on how to make high quality friends or high value friends, adult friends. If you meet someone that they have that inferiority complex, people that just have low self-esteem, low confidence, people that just speak poorly about themselves. Now, this is not even somebody else, this is themselves. Like, they always have something to complain about themselves, how they look, how they feel. They are always not looking enough, not feeling enough. They just don't like themselves. You don't expect somebody that doesn't like themselves to like you. How will somebody who talks down about themselves talk highly of you? It is absolutely impossible. The work that you do with yourself is what you reflect on other people. How you feel about yourself determines how you treat other people. If you're confident in yourself, you have a lot of love and light in you to give. If you don't have that within you, you cannot give that to anybody else. There are some situations where you're already friends with this person and you've tried so many times to pull them out of that dark hole that they're in terms of self-esteem and self-doubt and low confidence and everything, but it's not just working. Now, the reason why I would recommend that you cut that person off is when you hang out with that person consistently, it begins to rub off on you, and you've done so much work on yourself. You don't want anybody to drag you down into that hellhole. If you stick around them long enough, you begin to have low self-esteem as well. You begin to talk down on yourself. You begin to pick out your flaws here and there, because people that have low self-esteem, they talk about how their nose is big, how their head is big, how their neck is wide. They are always picking out something that is wrong with them and they dwell on it. It's just a toxic situation or a toxic environment to be around. If you've tried to help your friend, if you're already friends with this person, because there are certain situations, especially when it comes to low self-esteem, you can spot it. It is so easy to spot someone that really lacks confidence. I can tell that this person, they don't really like themselves as much, or they have low self-esteem, or they just have confidence issues. In as much as I'm a giver and I love to help people, I will stay away from you because my mental state is fragile. In the state of helping you, I could also sink, especially when you're not being receptive to my help. My brain will start to rewire, and I don't like that phase at all. So the best thing is to actually avoid it. Third red flag, this one I think a lot of us know, but it's always good to again, okay? If you have somebody or know of anyone, or you're friends with somebody that they gain pleasure, like you see how they enjoy talking about other people, especially negatively. sis, run. Whatever they do to other people in terms of yapping, they'll do to you. Now, they also have those set of people that they do this with strangers, so anyone at all, and they also do it with their friends. So if you have somebody that enjoys talking about their friends to you, especially spilling their secrets and intimate details to you, best believe they are doing the same to that other friend or another friend or other friends of theirs. It might be all fun and games because you are the friend that they are coming to, spilling everybody's secret to, giving you the gist and the this and the that of everybody's life. Just know whatever it is you're telling them, they're telling to other people as well. The same way they rush to you to tell you, the same way they take your own gist and rush back and tell those people that they just told you about. So those type of people are really dangerous people to be around. I personally I run from people like that because you're not safe. Your life is literally in danger being around people that yap too much. That comes from a place of lack in that person. They don't find anything interesting about themselves. They don't find anything intriguing about their life. So they enjoy poking their nose in other people's life, making assumptions, making a whole cake, and then talking about it. When somebody is just empty inside, best believe they would try to create something to spice things up. And honestly, your friendship as well is based off of that because you are the one that is listening to the gist all the time. You're the one that is indulging in that type of thing. So your bonding with that person is based off of gossip, other people's downfall. That's not the kind of life that you want to live. 100%, you need to cut that person off, like snip it, and just know that any secret you have told them is on the streets. It's in the gutter. It's in the ghetto. In fact, if they had the opportunity to plaster it on the wall or make a billboard, they would. Fourth red flag: if you get anxious around someone or you just get that overwhelming feeling around someone or your friend, just know that they're not good for you. And when I say this, it doesn't necessarily mean when you're physically with them. When somebody calls you, like when your friend calls you, you see that person's call, like you just be like, oh my god, you're already drained before you pick up the call. Just know it's time for you to end that friendship. You need to end that friendship so fast because they are takers. They take from you emotionally, they take from you physically. You just know that when this person is around you, when they call you, when they text you, it's for something, is to take. I don't necessarily take physical things from you, but emotionally as well. They drain you, they dump on you, they take all of the sweetness and the life in you. One thing I do personally is gauge how I feel around certain people and also how I feel after. So I gauge how I feel when I'm with them at that very moment and how I feel after I've just hung out with them. Do I feel inspired? Do I feel drained? Do I feel happy? Do I feel excited? Do I feel numb when I'm done hanging out with this person or when I'm done talking to this person? Do I feel blessed to have this person around me when I'm done interacting with them or hanging out with them? You need to always check and gauge how you feel around people because that tells you a lot about your relationship with that person. When you get anxious, when you see that person's call, that friend's call, or when you just get that overwhelming feeling when you're around them, that's a red flag and that friendship should be over because they would drain you till there is no blood left in you. So you wouldn't even have space to do other things in your life. I recommend 100% to gauge your energy when you're around people. How do you feel when you're around that your special person, that your special friend? How do you truly feel? Even after, when you get home, how's your mental? How do you feel? Do you feel exhausted from just speaking to them? Like, do you feel drained? Do you need to recharge after you speak to them? Think about it, okay? Think about it. Red flag number 5, people that don't respect your boundaries. They are just people that feel like because you've given them friendship access to you, they have that entitlement. You know what? Whatever it is that they want you to do, you have to do it. People that respect your boundaries are people that push you to do things that you have repeatedly, countless times told them that you don't feel comfortable doing. People that show up at your house unexpectedly after you have told them countless times that they need to inform you before coming, to your house. But they feel like, oh, we're friends, so I should be able to come to your house whenever I want to. No, it is my house, it is my safe space. I could be busy or I could not just, want to have guests. You should respect that. Or people that use your things, your personal belongings and stuff without asking you because, quote unquote, we are friends. People that don't understand the friend limits and boundaries. People that just take
everything from you, or use the same thing that you use, or want the same thing that you want, or do things to you just because, quote unquote, you guys are friends. We're friends, she should be okay with it. We're cool, she loves me as a friend, why can't I do this? Yeah, those are people that you should stay away from. They are dangerous people and disrespectful, like highly disrespectful people.
That's like not respecting my boundaries. People that cannot take no for an answer. Oh, you want me to accompany you somewhere? I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't go. And they get offended because you can't go. They're just like, as my friend, you should be available to me at any time that I call you. What am I? So red flag number 6, people that use guilt to push you to do things that you are not comfortable doing. This is in line to my last point when I talk about not respecting boundaries, but it definitely does require its own point on this list, because people that use guilt to push you to do things that you have stated that, oh, you know what, I can't do this, or I don't want to do it, or it doesn't respect my values, or doesn't align with my beliefs and all that, but they use guilt of being your friend to make sure that you do the, like, oh, you're my friend, you have to do this, aren't we friends, why can't you do this? How you know that someone is using guilt to make you to do things is when you find yourself doing things because you should do it for that person or with that person, but not necessarily because you feel joy or you're excited doing it. Let me give an example. Are you going to your friend's house because you want to do it and you find joy spending time with them, or you feel like you should do it because that's what a friend would do? Do you see what I mean? Or are you buying them that gift because they said that's what friends do, rather than you being excited for, you know, gifting them the thing? That makes sense. People that actually make you feel like there is a guide to what friendship should look like. Friends do this, friends do that. Once you begin to feel like friendship is a task, yeah, you should cut it. You're better off being alone than being with a friend that makes you feel like a burden or it's a lot of work to be friends with them. Now, my 7th red flag is a friend or a person that has a one-size-fits-all to all friendships, if that makes sense. So I've ever met someone that has a standard rule to how a friend should be or what a friend should be. Now, sometimes with this particular point, it could stem from their past experiences or what they're used to in terms of friendship, which you could communicate that, okay, yeah, it's not a one-size-fits-all when it comes to friendships. And people that have this one-size-fits-all mentality usually come into your life as your friend expecting you to be like other friends in their life. So they expect you to do things the same way they do things with other friends in their life. When you're not comfortable doing certain things, or when you're not meeting them at that point in that friendship, they begin to wonder if you're a good friend because their other friend A and friend B would come through for them or meet them at that point, forgetting that we are all human and our friendship dynamics are different. That's the reason why I mentioned in that video, which I highly recommend again for the 1 million time in this video that you watch, you need to understand friendship dynamics. How you're friends with one person isn't necessarily the same way you be friends with the next person. Create your own journey together, your own life together, your own friendship together. You two become your own friendship goals. Doesn't matter if you're friends with other people, you have your dynamics with other people. But someone who is set in stone on, oh, this is how my friends are and why can't you be like that? This is what I do with my friends. Why can't you do the same thing? This is how me and my friends relate. Why don't we relate like that? Baby, I am not your other friend. I am Lucy, okay? And if you want to be friends with me, we need to create our own way of being friends. I don't have the same love language as your other friends, okay? Because when you're loving people, you need to love people how they want to be loved, not how you know how to love. Although with this particular point, it depends on the person. So you could talk to them and they could change. But if they don't agree, they don't budge, do not compromise to fit into anybody's life because you'll regret it. Red flag number 8, people that are not reliable. And I get this. We are adults. We all have lives that are so busy. Listen, mine especially, juggling jobs. Each of us could be juggling 2 jobs. We could be doing so much with our time, right? So I understand where being busy comes in. But let me tell you something. There's no way I'll be too busy for my friends when it matters. I could be too busy for smaller things, but I will never be too busy when it actually matters. Yes, as adults, there are times where you want to be there for your friend, but you actually don't have the capability to do so. But that's the thing. The same way we say to our partners, our love relationships, that, oh, nobody's too busy. That's just how it applies to friendship. Nobody's actually too busy. They are not the most reliable. You are always the one showing up for them. Whenever they need you, you're there. But whenever you need them, they're not there. Yeah, that's a huge red flag. Sis, you need to pack your bag like right now. In fact, like 2 seconds ago, in fact like yesterday, they don't love you the same way that you love them. It is one-sided, and that could be hurtful to know or to realize. But at the same time, you need to create space for people that are actually going to love you the way that you want to be loved in a friendship. If you keep holding on to that person because you love them but they cannot come through for you even when it matters, then why are you there? 9th red flag. Have you ever met someone that is so difficult for them to celebrate somebody's accomplishment? As long as that good thing that happened is not happening to them, they don't know how to celebrate it. I've met a lot of people like that. It's so sickening, it's so sad, because when you celebrate other people, when you're happy for other people, good things begin to come your way. When you have genuine spirit and intentions towards people, you open doors for yourself without even knowing it. If you meet somebody or you have friends that it is so difficult for them to celebrate your successes and accomplishments, no matter how small, run. The sole of your feet, let it be touching your head. Like, run, because those people usually have bad minds, and there are people that could plot against you, and that's me being serious. We don't necessarily have to like throw a party or do something, but like you acknowledge that somebody has gotten to a milestone, especially when they've been wanting that for a long time. They've been working hard for certain things and you know about it. You are just a witch if you cannot celebrate them, okay? It's only witches and wizards that act like that. Because why? When you're showing gratitude for your life, be showing also for your friend's life. My 10th point is people that are competitive. You can also drag this point from my previous point. Those people have the tendencies of actually competing with you because they want it to be them. People that are competitive, you will notice that whenever you say something that you just did or you've done, they come and say, oh, I've done it too, or I'm doing it. They always want to one up you. They always want to have that advantage over you. They want to be 1 step, 2 steps ahead of you. Why? Like I said in my previous point, you must be a witch, because it's only witches and wizards that have that kind of character. Why can't you just be happy for somebody? It's not everything that your friend can do that you should know how to do. Your capabilities and your strengths are different from your friend's capabilities and strengths. You learn from each other. You're not in competition with each other. In fact, you drag inspiration from each other. The way I see things, I even want somebody close to me to do it so that it motivates me, gingers me, tells me that it's attainable for me. So when my friends are doing certain things, they are hitting milestones, I'm like, it's right in my neighborhood, so why won't it come to me? It's right there. I have people that have done it. It's attainable, and they can also teach me, and they will teach me. Because one thing I respect about friendships, good healthy friendships, people that can teach their friends what they've learned, they can become the blueprint for certain things in their life. That's friendship. Why would I be angry? Why would I be in competition? Absolutely not. In fact, I even want you to go and do it. Okay, so when you are done doing it, you can come and tell me how to do it, because I'd rather not stress myself. Do you understand? I would even push you whatever you need to get it done. Get it done. Sis, I don't know why people just stress themselves. Why can't you push people to greatness? I always ask myself when I see situations that people are bickering, I'm like, why can't you just allow somebody to be great? Why can't you aid somebody's growth? Is it only you? Must it be only you? I keep asking that question all the time. Like, must it be only you? God, I'm getting so offended because I've seen this one too many times. Why are you competing with your friend? You are unique in your own special way. You're pretty in your own way. Why are you in competition with your friend? It's a demonic spirit. You need deliverance. It's witches and wizards that do certain things, and these things, witches and wizards, demonic spirits, you need to pray. So if you're that person, you need to go to church. They need to kabash on your head. Like, they need every finger to press your head, because seriously, I talked about that point so much that you can tell that it hurts somewhere in my soul. Sometimes I've even seen friends that they don't even know they're in competition, but me from the outside looking in, I'm seeing it. Like, the way they move, I can see that they're in competition with each other, and I'm just like, why are you friends? And most of them are actually only friends with each other just to know, their every step, monitoring spirit, so they know how to attack. They know where to one up them from. They need to know their success so that they can top it. Demonic spirits. Demonic spirits. Red flag number 11. Friends that make fun of you a little too much. Friends that give you constructive feedback a little too much. They always want to tell you how you're looking. They always want to have an opinion, especially the ones that do it in public. So they don't even have filter. There are people that do it inside the house, which, to be honest with you, there are some times where some friends need constructive feedback, but that's too much. You are doing too much at this point. That's a friend that could potentially be in competition with you when they do it outside, because you could have this light, and evil spirits, dark spirits, they recognize light. Don't get it twisted. So you have this light where people favor you, where things work out for you. When both of you are in a place, you shine. They see it. and they are angry about it, the only thing they can do is just say rubbish out of their mouth. I've seen situations where friends will spill secrets unprovoked, untriggered. They will just spill secrets in the midst of hanging out with people. Next thing you're asking yourself, where did that come from? Jealousy, competition. They cannot stand to see you glow. They can't stand to see you have that attention in public. It's only when somebody truly does not like you as a human being, they are with you in your life for a purpose, they are with you in your life to monitor you, that's when they start to be looking for ways to bring you down. So if you see a friend that criticizes you or make fun of you a little too much, because we all make fun of our friends, we joke and kiki about certain things, which is fine, but if you have a friend that is doing it too much, they are jealous of you. You are too pretty for them. They are jealous of something about you, so they just want to make you feel bad about yourself. They want to bring you to a point where you begin to be conscious about the things that are making fun of you about, like on your body. Do you get? So you need to be wary of those kind of friends because they will drag you down. 11th red flag. I don't even know if it's 11th or 12th, but either 11th or 12th. Someone that is possessive. This you can actually spot a little before you become friends with someone, but it's quite difficult to know if someone is going to be possessive before you actually become friends with them. But generally, people that are possessive are dangerous. People that are territorial could be dangerous. If you have a possessive friend, you will know. Because when you have a possessive friend, you can't make other friends. You can't hang out with other friends. They will always complain about how you're spending time with XYZ, how you have this new friend, how you're meeting with this person, how they don't like this, how they don't like that. Now, there's a healthy possessiveness in friendship. My friend could hang out with someone or show love to someone. I'll jokingly tell her, like, somebody has replaced me, but I'm not deeping it. I'm just saying it because obviously that's like healthy jealousy in friendship and relationships as well. There are healthy ways to be possessive and healthy ways to be jealous, right? But this possessiveness of you are my friend and nobody else should be your friend. You do what I say, I'll do what you say. It is you and I for life. Is it blood covenant? Because if it's blood covenant, my sister, you need deliverance. People are already eating something together to seal your friendship. You need deliverance. You need to run to the church right now because I don't understand why. As adults, we're mature enough to be able to have friendships and relationships with multiple people and maintain them accordingly. So why are you feeling threatened? Except I've given you a reason for you to be threatened, or our friendships on the line of some sort, which I don't see how it could be if I haven't told you so. Leave it alone. Like I said, people are free and allowed to have friends for certain reasons, like categories in their life, and that's okay. Listen, don't bother your mind with things that are just made up. Your mind is designed to create scenarios sometimes that do not exist. Possessiveness can also come from insecurity as well, like when you're just insecure that someone is going to steal your bestie from you. Girl, please. Okay, nobody can steal someone that doesn't want to be taken. That's something you need to understand for both friendship and relationship. If that person is not available to be taken, that person doesn't want to be taken, they cannot be taken. Just know that and know peace. Now, my last red flag for this particular video, because like I said, I have a long list of red flags. When you're constantly making excuses for them or when you're always covering up for them, like, just know that first of all, you're in a toxic friendship. They are not responsible enough. They are not mature enough. They are not ready for adult friendship. They've not done the work in themselves. You would always find yourself covering for them, filling in for them, making excuses for them. People that don't know how to structure their lives. We're human beings and we make mistakes. There are certain areas of our lives that we fall short, and we have our friends, our good friends, that will pick us up or back us up in those areas, or we learn from in those areas. But when you're constantly doing that in a friendship, they are not good friends, okay? They are not friends that should be in your life. You will exhaust yourself carrying the weight of their bullshit alongside your own baggages and issues that you have to fix, okay? They should have that capability to put their own shit together and not always having you to pick up after them all the time. When somebody is telling you how shitty your friend is and you're just like, oh no, it's because she's this, oh no, it's because she comes from this background, she's a Leo, she's an Aries, she's a Taurus, she's not that bad, this is her personality, she's bad. If you're constantly having to defend their bad character, don't be there. You deserve better. You shouldn't be the only one packing somebody up all the time, okay? Now that's pretty much everything I have for you guys in this video. I hope you enjoy. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Follow me on my social. It is linked in the description box below. I talk so fast, Jesus. It is TikTok and Instagram. Make sure you follow me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Those of you that are listening in your car, at your job, you at home, I don't care where you at. Turn this up right now, because we're about to go in.